Good morning, everyone. This is the third time I've started the video. It is 6:15 in the morning. I'm making ginger snaps this morning. I've screwed it up by starting and never turning it on. Shocker. In this mixer is an egg, one egg, and 3/4 of a cup of Crisco, which I measured out. And I'm supposed to have poured in a 1/4 cup of molasses. So instead I have a 1/2 cup here, so I'm going to try to do it by eye and hopefully get a 1/4 cup. I was reading with the glasses on and still screwed it up. So let's see where we get with what's left in here when I do that. Oh, have you ever tried to see where it's left in molasses? It's pretty dark, you can't even read it. And then you get the metric side, so you can't read it at all. And you don't put your glasses on. Oh Lord. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you can see it. I think I'm right around a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put in a drop more because I like molasses. So this ginger snap recipe came from my job, like I often talk about at Department of Social Services. You do not want to see me close up. 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm here to tell you, watching me do cookie videos is very boring. Let me just make sure about the ingredients. Okay. So that was eggs, molasses, Crisco, brown sugar. I'm going to cream this together. When I say boring, I mean boring. I'm in a corner with a mixer. And all my other things I left out. I'll show you this. The island is still in bakery land because I'm not done. It's 6:15 in the morning and I'm going to pick up a 4-year-old today. And I'm going to have him help me. I don't want to get too close. The cookies that I'm going to roll out and cut out. It's a sour cream cookie dough recipe. I did not show you on here how to make them, but I am going to post the recipe when I post the cookies. I made them last night. Like I said, making cookies, you wanted the recipes. Everybody asked me to do it, and I'll do this, but there's not much for you to see. So now I'm going to put the dry ingredients in. Woohoo! So, 2½ cups. You guys, I must have read this recipe wrong from every single angle. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes this morning. So in this I put 2½ cups, but it's only supposed to be 2¼ cup. So I'm going to take out a 1/4 cup of flour. Holy moly, I didn't read anything right. So 2¼ cups of flour is going in. I measured it, tried to put it in here to speed things up. I have to. Now, let me read it again. 1 teaspoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So baking powder, let's start with that. 2 teaspoons. We will... You can't even make this up. We will make sure this is a teaspoon. You're gonna look at them all. Yep. And then put this in. So baking powder. Bear with me, guys. It's really early. Even the cat's not awake. Dave is asleep. I'm just trying to have some done before I get on with my day. I usually take 2 full days, and I haven't even made my peanut butter balls, which take a whole half morning. Okay, back to the spices. So that was a teaspoon of ginger. I've showed you these before. These are my rectangular shaped measuring spoons. They are the bomb for these little organic jars. They fit right in. So I need a teaspoon of ginger. These are spicy little deliciousness. They really are. So most of these recipes I've made over the years. A teaspoon of cinnamon. And they're my tried and true recipes. Last night, while talking to my granddaughter, I made a decision. And she's in agreement. Okay, she's in agreement. She sounded like she was. Teaspoon of cinnamon. And lastly, there's some cloves in this, I think. Yep, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. I'm just looking for them. We read the ingredients in Crisco. And I'm kind of mad at myself because I fed my children Crisco cookies, these cookies, all of their lives. And there's nothing good about it except the taste. So a half a teaspoon of cloves. And I want to make sure I have the whole recipe. So let's hang on a minute. So now that I've incorporated my cookie book into my other book, 1 egg, 3/4 of a cup of Crisco, 1/4 cup of molasses, not the half a cup I poured. Mix that together. 1 egg, Crisco, molasses, brown sugar. Mix that together. 2 1/4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of cloves. So that's the whole recipe. What I'm going to do is take my glasses off my face, and I'm going to like slightly stir the flour and ingredients around before I put the mixer on. Then I'm going to put it in. Like the peanut butter balls, you're going to form a ball, little meatballs, and I'm going to use a cookie scoop, and I'll probably pause you and move you over there. And then we are going to roll them into the sugar like we did with the peanut butter balls. I'm going to do a scrape down. I can tell it needs to be scraped down. This is a perfect recipe. I have an idea, and I want to know what you think about it. What if everyone out there, you guys have all been making cookies all this year, what if we do a recipe swap video, a cookie recipe swap on my page, where everybody posts their favorite, most tried and true recipe? I don't know, I got this idea, because better yet, how about we post our favorite tried and true recipe that doesn't contain Crisco? I am going to work on this, you guys. So yesterday I made these most delicious chocolate jumbos. I have the recipe ready to show you. But I'm disappointed in myself that the most perfect recipes all have Crisco. So I'm trying to work on switching things over. Is that wrong? I know I'm old and the damage is done for me, but it's not for my kids. Holy moly. Crisco is all highly processed, nothing but saturated fat. So bad for everybody, and here I am, I'm making these cookies to give out. Hope you enjoy them. I can't even stand that I'm eating them. That makes you want them, right? Anyway, I'm gonna pause you. I'm over here now. So basically we're doing the same process that we did with the peanut butter cookies, where you roll them in a little ball and then roll them in sugar. So I think I showed you, I had two size cookie scoops. This is the smaller of the two. And these cookies are, now that I've grossed you out about Crisco, they come out delicious. So I know Crisco was the, the old timer way of cooking, and we all grew up with it. But I don't know how I feel about it now. So how do you guys feel? And do you still make things with Crisco? It is the greatest for baking. I don't know. So I know these cookies come out, you'll see, because I'm 4 minutes and they're done in there. I got one batch in, I'm putting the other batch. So I just roll and roll. Roll them like a meatball, put them in your hand, roll them around, dip them in the sugar, roll that around, and then put them on my cookie sheet. And they bake perfectly, they come out perfectly. So where I was going before was, maybe we could do a cookie swap recipe video. Not video, I don't know what to call it. A post. I'm going to ask for a post. That's what I'll do. I'm going to do a post, and I'm going to post a cookie recipe and ask for people to post me their favorite tried and true cookie recipe. Wouldn't that be fun? Because if you want to take it off my page, then most of my cookies that I enjoy now, they're either from my mom, my grandma, or things I've learned from people I work with. So that is considered scrape clean to me. I'm going to make one more cookie. And unlike the peanut butter bowls, you don't have to press these. The peanut butter blossoms, you really got to push them together because the dough feels dry. But it's not dry. They came out superb. This one's a more moist, wet dough. So the other cookie sheet I did, I don't know, I think 24. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So we made 37 cookies from this one recipe. And that's got 3 minutes left. So I'm going to pause you again and clean up. Okay. batch number 1. We're gonna see if it's done. And it's not. I'll be back. And here we go. We have, here's the unfinished product and the finished product. So it took a full 10 minutes at 375. You don't want them, if you want them snappier, let me put this on first. If you want them to be crunchier, you leave them a little bit longer. But these are the most pillowy. Let me get another pot holder. Try to bring them closer. Pillowy, gingery, molasses. They're delicious with a cup of coffee. They really come out absolutely perfect every single time. Every time. So Candace, who gave me this recipe, brought a pumpkin dip that you dipped these in for us at work. I'm not gonna make that, but I have that recipe. And these ginger snaps, like I said, with black coffee or even coffee with cream, they're delicious. They freeze well, so you can make them ahead of time. I can't say enough about them. I've made them probably 10 years now, and my daughter makes these too. She's gonna be mad I made them because what we do is we split the cookies. The ones that we make, she makes half, we both make half. And then we combine them and make cookie platters for everyone that we give them out to. We used to get together and make them all together. But now that I live a half hour from her and she works during the week, this has worked out easier the past couple years. She makes some, I make some. But this year I'm making a lot of them because I wanted to do the videos and show you. So these are ginger, molasses gingers. I think they're called molasses ginger snaps. I will write the recipe when I post the cookies, and I'm sorry that this is like the most anti-Crisco early morning. It's not even 7, it's 6:45, and my first batch for the morning is done. The next batch is in there. It's got 7 minutes left, and I'm going to start on half moons, black and whites we call them in Long Island. I will be back.